Welcome back to Tarot by the Bay. I'm David. Sorry for taking a little bit of a break on you there. When I'm dealing with a massive disappointment, it does typically knock me for a loop for a day or two. This one obviously took a little longer than a day or two. Having a conversation with Michelle yesterday, talking about the stages of loss, and she mentioned that I never really ever complete the stages of loss because I never really get past the anger stage and into the acceptance part of it. And there's a lot of truth to that. But in this case, I have a hard time getting to the acceptance phase because you cannot convince me that that election wasn't stolen. Flat out cheating with both hands. Now, the frustrating part is, will the DOJ investigate it? I don't know. And if they do investigate it, will they find anything? I can't picture a scenario where if they investigate this, they don't find widespread fraud. But then the next step is, will they do anything about it? Because if you show that there's widespread fraud in the United States, then our election system isn't secure and we look weak, and that lowers our dominance on the world stage because of weakness. Of course, if you don't address it, then that's a cancer inside your country, and that's weakness too. And it's not like, the European powers don't know exactly what happened, that election was stolen. It's basically all the neighbors know. And are you going to keep up appearances, or are you going to address the issue? They heard the shouting from the window, from the house. They know there's a problem. They know there was a fight. So telling them that there was no fight just gets them started. Oh yeah, sure. We didn't hear a thing. We didn't hear you screaming at each other last night in that house. I don't really want to throw on that. And the reason is, if I get cards that show that, they're going to look into it and they'll do something about it, and then they don't, I'm going to crash again. Just like this last one. It's the problem when you get your hopes up and you're optimistic that, you do the right thing and the right thing will happen. Now, this feels like a group project where not only are half the group not helping with the project, but they're actively sabotaging the project. And when you get an F and you have to repeat the course, they just laugh at you because they never really expected to pass anyways, but the fact that they could drag you down and make you fail too brings them joy. That's why I don't want to read on that. We'll find out in 2 months. Basically. A month to 2 months, we'll find out if they did or did not. What I want to know is, assuming that there's no change in the government, and I'm sure the Republicans are counting on the Democrats not doing a goddamn thing about this, will the new Republican Congress play ball with Trump on his 100% tariffs of China? Or are they going to push back and say, no, you can't just crash and burn this country. Yeah, you can try and do some stuff, but we're not going to let you do that. Now, my older sister was suggesting, things really aren't going to change. There's some moderate Republicans out there. No, they're not. And if there are, they're spineless. At least that's what they showed for the last 8 years. So I don't expect that. So really what you're coming down to is MAGA versus non-MAGA. And MAGA right now have all the spine and bravado in the world. Do the non-MAGA Republicans, are they going to let the country crash and burn? Let's find out. Let's look at the energy of what a Trump administration looks like with Congress going into 2025. Entertainment purposes only, and I am wildly unentertained right now. Foundation of the reading is the Moon card. We don't know yet, or there's lunacy. I think that at least a part of Congress thinks that this is just crazy talk. And why do that? That the person who's suggesting it doesn't know what they're doing. But here's the thing. This is the spineless card of keeping your mouth shut. We're powerless to stop him. We'll keep our mouth shut. Trump victory. Here comes King Donald. making money and grifting, cutting all the deals, stuff like that. He's there for the grift. The lesson to be learned is the Five of Cups, the disappointment. He hasn't learned anything in all the time he's been gone. And, now the Republicans have to deal with this. They had an opportunity to impeach and remove him from office twice. They had an opportunity to make him politically irrelevant. Mitch McConnell did not do that. Mitch McConnell has lost. I know Bo of the Fifth Column has a lot of respect for Mitch McConnell. He wouldn't bet against him in a political fight. But in this case, it looks like Mitch McConnell lost. Outcome is the Nine of Cups. I honestly think Trump is sitting there thinking that, with the backing of the Supreme Court, he can do whatever he wants. And Congress is kind of stuck. Congress doesn't know what to do with that. That's at least going in. Not sure what I was expecting out of it, but that result doesn't surprise me at all. Okay, so given the current energy around Congress, and again, this could very well be if I don't know if the Democrats will take the House. They should be taking all three branches of government. They still say they have a path to victory of the House. I don't see how. But I haven't really looked at it that closely. And I'm just being pessimistic at this point. Maybe I'm being a realist. If the Republicans could cheat that much and get away with that much, what makes you think that they're going to let the House slip through? Remember Trump's secret plan with Mike Johnson that was going to get in the presidency and the Senate and maybe even the House? Looks like that was the secret plan. Haven't heard anybody in the media ask him what the secret plan was. Be curious if he'd actually answer it. He probably wouldn't. All right. Current GOP. Are you going to work with Trump? He's going to sit there. He's going to come up with deporting 10 million brown people. He's going to fire the government. And he's going to put tariffs, 100% tariffs on Chinese products. And add trillions and trillions of dollars to the debt for tax cuts for billionaires. You going to fight him on this one? Negotiations back in the background. Offers of... They're going to try and distract him. Again, Trump has got the attention span of a goldfish. Maybe they'll offer him some money. I think they'll try and talk him out of his worst ideas, but you're going to have to pay him a lot to get him to do that. Because this is what Trump wants. He wants to put tariffs on China because he doesn't understand what he's doing. In the past, you got the Ace of Swords because Trump has a mandate. He's got the full Congress here. Congress is trapped. They're trapped just like they were 8 years before. They haven't learned a damn thing from this. They don't have any insight into Trump. They have no way to control him. Lesson to be learned, they're just holding on to their jobs. They will do anything he tells them to because they're too worried about their jobs and holding on to it. They'll try and slow him down a little bit, and they will enact his things. They're just going to try and put the brakes on it. That's all. They're not going to say no. They're just not going to be quick about doing it. Because they understand it should be political suicide to do that. Of course, when you can cheat as much as you want and there's no repercussions for it, then there's no consequences for cheating. Therefore, you can do whatever you want. There's no consequences for, committing political suicide. Political suicide is when, there's equal chances for both candidates to get elected. And in this case, it doesn't appear that we have that. At least not now. Maybe a month from now we'll have that. Maybe 2 months from now there'll be court challenges that says that we should have that. But for right now, we don't. Thank you very much for watching this video and supporting my channel. I appreciate it. This reading is for entertainment purposes only, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.